my name is Karen and welcome to this practice. Let's start in Vajrasana on our heels. If you have a block handy, it can make this posture a little more comfortable. Placing it under the bottom. Place your hands in your lap with palms open. Close down your eyes. Make sure you're comfortable sitting up tall with your heart space open but your shoulders are relaxed. Feel your connection to the earth. Be aware of the breath flow in and out of your body. Take your awareness to your nostrils and feel the subtle sensations as the cool air flows in and flows out. Allow the breath to be complete. The in-breath equal to the out-breath. Breathe without strain. Just taking a moment to honor the breath. Breath is vital for our survival. It's an involuntary action which we have voluntary control over. It is said if you control the breath, you can control the mind. So get acquainted with your breath. Let's take our attention to the lower abdominal region and practice lower abdominal breathing. So as you inhale, allow the belly to balloon, and as you exhale, allow the belly to deflate and pull in just a little at the end if that's comfortable. Inhale, the belly swells. Exhale, the belly deflates. Full breath in. Full breath out. And gently open the eyes. Let's interlace the fingers, turning the palms down. Inhale, draw the arms up by the ears, pressing out through the palms of the hands. Draw the ribs back, maintain neutral spine. Take an inhalation, and with your exhalation, let's side bend to one side. Being aware of the length of the waist on that side of the body that's feeling the opening. The rib cage expands on that side. With your next inhalation, press up through the hands, nice and tall. Exhale, that side bend to the other side. Taking your attention to the open side. And with your next inhalation, come up through the center, nice and tall. Exhale, taking the hands behind the head, flexion of the spine. With your exhalation, let's bring the elbows close, bowing the head, rounding the back. And with your inhalation, like a flower blossoming, open your heart, elbows wide, gentle lifting of the chin. Exhale, contract. Inhale, blossom like a sunflower turning to the sun. Exhale, elbows come in, and inhale, elbows flare out. With your next exhalation, let's release the hands. So let's take one hand under our foot and the other arm. Inhale, draw up, and exhale, taking the head gently to the shoulder. Creating some openness on one side of the neck. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Keep sitting up tall. And with your inhalation, draw up, and exhale, release. Taking hold of the other foot, inhale. Exhale, lowering the ear towards the shoulder. Opening one side of the neck. Keep softening the shoulders away from the ears. And with your inhalation, lifting the arm, exhale, releasing. Let's come to child's pose with the knees separated, big toes together, sink the weight back to the heel. And from here, lower the front body into Sphinx pose. So your elbows are under your shoulders, creating right angles of your arms, and the palms turned down with the fingers spread. So draw the shoulders away from the ears, lifting the chin, gazing up. Nice gentle back bend. With your exhalation, let's lower the chin to the chest, really dropping the head, lengthening the back of the neck. Inhale, come back to neutral. And let's curl the toes under. So we're going to practice forearm plank, activating our abdominal muscles. So activate the pelvic floor muscles and abdominals. And with your inhalation, lifting the body. If you need more support, lower the knees. Keeping a soft face and gaze. The breath continues to flow. You feel that you're activating your abdominal muscles. Be aware of where you're activating. And with your exhalation, let's lower the hips back down, uncurling the toes, lowering the head towards the chest, lengthening the back of the neck. Inhale, bringing the head up to neutral in line with the spine. Let's practice another round, curling the toes under, activating pelvic floor muscles and abdominals. Inhale, taking forearm plank. Pressing back into the heels, lifting the knees if that's appropriate. Body on one plane. And with your exhalation, let's lower the hips down, uncurl the toes. Let's rest back into child's pose, walking the hands back, lifting back to child's pose. And if you wish, you can interlace your fingers above your head. Relax your neck, feel the length in your spine. And let's release the arms. And from here, curl the toes under and lift up and back into downward facing dog. So let's walk the dog, lowering one heel at a time, stretching the back muscles. Back of the leg muscles rather. But we're also stretching our back in this posture. Gently pressing the chest towards the legs. Fingers are spread, pressing the finger pads into the floor. And let's come back to regular downward facing dog. So let's center the left leg, and with your inhalation, reach the right leg high. And with your exhalation, let's draw the belly in. Come to plank in your arms and touch the right knee to the back of the right elbow. And with your inhalation, lifting the leg high. Exhale, drawing the knee in towards the chest. The body moves forward, knee connects to top of the elbow. One more. Abdominals activated. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, lowering. So let's center the right leg and inhale, take the left leg up high. And with your exhalation, moving the body forward, stacking the joints, left knee to the back of the left elbow. Inhale, lift, pressing the chest back. Exhale, knee to back of the elbow. One more. Onto the toes of the right foot. Exhale, moving the body forward, pressing into the finger pads, activate your abdominal muscles. Inhale, lifting up, and exhale, lowering, returning to regular downward facing dog. Walk the feet up to the hands, feet parallel, cradle the elbows in your arms, in your hands rather. Keep the eyes open, releasing any pent-up tension in this posture. The weight of the world rolls off your shoulders. Release your arms, and in your own time, roll up to standing. And when you get there, take your hands to the lower back, press the hips forward for a little back bend. With your inhalation, let's come back up to Tadasana. So let's prepare to flow. Standing with your outside edge of your feet parallel to each other. Stand in Tadasana. Engage your leg muscles and knees and tuck the tailbone under a little. Lengthen up your spine. Your chin parallel to the floor. Gaze at eye level. Heart space open and bright. Lengthen your arms. Your fingers. And with your inhalation, let's bend the knees, Uttanasana, perhaps touching the fingers to the floor, knees level. And with your next exhalation, let's fold forward. Inhale, look forward, perhaps taking your hands to your shins for flat back. And exhale, let's step or jump back to Chaturanga Dandasana. So if you're going to step back, we come to plank pose first. Inhale, and exhale, let's start to lower, perhaps hovering. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Upward facing dog, the legs and hips off the mat, pressing the chest through the arms, shoulders draw back. With cobra, we lower the body, elbows bend, the hips and legs contacting the mat. We lengthen the legs though, so your knees may be off the mat. Roll on to the toes, exhale, downward facing dog. So let's bend the knees, look between the toes, look between the hands, and either step or jump to the top. Inhale, look forward, Ardha Uttanasana, hands to the shins or to the floor. Exhale, fold back in and let go. Inhale, chair pose, bending the knees, like you're about to sit on a chair. It's also known as powerful pose. Bring the weight into your heels. With your inhalation, let's draw up. Exhale, hands at your heart. Inhale, chair pose, sweeping the arms by the body. Neutral spine, belly engaged. Exhale, fold back in. Inhale, look forward, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, step or jump back to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Roll on to the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. So pausing here for a few breaths. So take a moment to adjust, perhaps taking a rest. If you feel that your breath has become unsteady, there's any trembling in the body, but it's okay for you. Let's hang out here in downward facing dog for another couple of breaths. Your breath may become audible as you hold the posture, which is great. It's a great gauge for your practice to hear your breath. So let's bend the knees, look between the hands, either step or jump to the top. Inhale, look forward, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold back in. Let go, Uttanasana. Perhaps having the legs straight now if appropriate. Inhale, bend the knees, Uttanasana. And with your next inhalation, let's press up to stand. Exhale, hands at your heart. So a balanced pose. Inhale, Uttanasana. So we're going to take the left foot to the top of the right thigh. So just like we would in a sort of loose cross-legged position if we were sitting down. So gently pushing through the heel and flexing back the toe of the left foot, engaging the muscles and protecting your knee. With your next inhalation, let's stir up. Exhale, release, hands at your heart. Inhale, chair pose once again. This time let's take the right foot to the left thigh. Gently pushing through the heel and flexing back the toes of the right foot. Perhaps gazing up between the hands if you feel balance, or you may keep your gaze on a drishti on the floor or on the wall ahead. Drishti is a gaze point. Maintain neutral spine, the heart space open. Belly engaged. Nice gentle hip opener. With your next inhalation, let's press up. Exhale, hands at your heart. Inhale, chair pose. And exhale, let's fold. Inhale, look forward, Ardha Uttanasana, flat back. And exhale, let's come to a squat. So I invite you to practice crow pose, Bakasana. So it's an arm balance. So your hands are on the floor, fingers spread, keeping the elbows hugged in. So to practice the posture, we're going to bring the knees up towards the armpits as high as we can into the arms, onto the toes, bringing the weight onto the hands. Activate your abdominals, your pelvic floor muscles. It's a little bend in the elbows. As you become more advanced in the practice, you'll be able to straighten the arms. Gazing forward. So pausing here, if you feel that that's a little too strong, you're not quite ready for it, do one arm at a time. Just getting used to it. Hugging the leg into the arm. And then one day you'll be able to bring both legs up. So if that's not appropriate, there is also the option of yogic squat, which is a nice hip opener. So have a few goes at crow pose. Bring big toes together. And if you'd like to, if you're comfortable with inverted postures, bringing the crown of the head to the floor and lifting up into tripod headstand. And coming back to crow. And then stepping back to plank pose. Inhale at the top. Exhale, move the body forward and lower. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Let's lower to the knees. Sink back to child's pose. Turning the palms open and close, gently rotating the wrists. When you're ready, walk the hands up towards you into Vajrasana. Let's practice sage twist, or Bharadvajasana. I hope I pronounced that correctly. So the top foot is resting in the sole of the bottom foot. You can have your knees a little separated to allow the weight to distribute evenly on both sitting bones. Let's take one hand behind, the other hand to opposite knee. You may like to do the bind, in which you take the hand that goes behind, you take hold of the upper arm and take that hand over to opposite knee. So that's if it's appropriate for your body. Inhale, lift tall, and exhale, let's twist round. With your exhalation, let's release, taking the legs over to the other side. The top foot resting in the sole of the bottom foot. So not allowing the body to simply come down on one sitting bone. We want to distribute the weight evenly. So make any little adjustments you need to. Perhaps separating the knees a little bit more. Take one hand behind and hand to opposite knees. We're twisting away from the body. And if you'd like to do the bind, the hand that goes behind, we can catch hold of the hand that goes behind will need to catch hold of the upper arm of the other hand. So hand to opposite knee. I hope the visuals help. And with the inhalation, lift tall. And with your exhalation, let's twist round away from the legs. There's a little bit of a back bend you'll notice as you lean back into the hand or the arm if you're doing the bind. Keep distributing the weight evenly through both sitting bones. Let your eyes draw you round. With your exhalation, let's release. Taking the legs out in front. Let's roll down onto the floor. Bringing the knees in, rock from side to side. When you're ready, let's lie in Savasana. Take a moment to lengthen your spine. Align your neck with your spine. Relax your arms by your side with palms turned open. Equal sensation in right side and left side of your body. Close down your eyes. Release your jaw. Soften your face. Mentally scan your body from the top of your head right down to the soles of the feet. Check in that the skin is not being pulled in any places. Allow every muscle to relax and soften. Loosen every joint. Allow the bones to be heavy, like lead. The body sinks into the earth. Surrender completely. Allow your body to reboot and rejuvenate after the asana practice. Reconnect with your breath. Observing the rise and fall of your torso with each inhalation and exhalation. If your mind runs away with your thoughts, gently bring your focus and attention back to the breath, the body. So let's start to awaken the body. Take 2 deeper breaths. Hug the knees into the chest and gently rock from side to side. Massage your back. Roll on to the right side. Pause for a moment, and when you're ready, make your way up to a comfortable seat Keep your eyes closed for a moment, maintaining a connection within. I invite you to seal the practice with the sound of Om. So as we say Om, we'll bring our hands to our heart. Take an inhalation from your lower belly, reaching the arms up. Om. Bow the head to the heart. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. Have a great day or evening.